Hey, Seattle hockey fans, it is a Seattle Kraken game day. So that means we're going to get ready for the game against Arizona by first letting you know how the first practice was after the Seattle Kraken are coming back from the All-Star break. Of course, we're going to hear from our All-Star, Eberle. He'll talk about his experience. And then I want to also get you ready for the Olympics. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but you can't get enough reminders, folks, because there's so much hockey. I love to see it. Let's talk about it on this episode of Locked on Kraken.
You are Locked on Kraken, your daily podcast on the Seattle Kraken, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
We are the Seattle Kraken.
Hey, what do you say, Seattle hockey fans? Erica Lindsay Ayala, your host of Locked on Kraken. I'm coming to you live from the Capitol Indoor Stadium. That's where they have speed skating, the short track speed skating to be exact. We got a 1500 final. We had a Canadian, Steve Dubois. He got silver medal, so congrats to him. The women had their individual 1,000 meter heats, and then also had the relay, which were the semifinals. So if you want to get up to speed on my Olympic coverage, make sure you follow me at elindsay08. But we have a fantastic show for you because it is a Seattle Kraken game day. We're back at Climate Pledge Arena hosting Arizona. But first, the Seattle Kraken yesterday hit the ice for the first time. And we heard from Dave Haxtell and even the players that it was all about balancing and managing expectations while also really trying to build momentum. Let's not forget, the Seattle Kraken got their first ever shutout. Gruby got his first ever shutout as a member of the Seattle Kraken when they played in Long Island ahead of the All-Star break. And of course, we're going to hear from, I should say, that former Islanders player who also is our first ever Seattle Kraken All-Star. So why don't we get into that? Let's take you over to Jordan Eberle talking about his All-Star experience and then being able to hit the ice with the Seattle Kraken in practice.
Moment. Just having my family there. My little girl, got to bring her on the bench and during the game. She'll probably not remember it, but I'll remember it, get pictures, and that's always fun. I think whenever guys have their kids around, you can share with them. It's pretty sweet. So really enjoyed that. And then just the whole experience, just to be the first Kraken All-Star. I really wanted to get a goal just to say that we had one too. So I'm glad that happened. A few people, but honestly, it's a lot competitive than I remember. Guys really want to win. They had that challenge of the money. Guys, you could see it ramped up a little bit. So, it is a lot of fun though. The guys, they're fun to be around them and to bring your family and have a little time, mental break, and enjoy it.
You'd love to hear it. Baby Eberle, little Eberle on the bench, talking about those memories, talking about being around family. I love that he was like he had to put on for Seattle. We love it. We love you for that, Ebbs. Thank you so much for representing Seattle hockey, as you always do, fantastically, superbly well. We love having you on this team. And then I want to take you back over to Eberle, and we're also going to hear from Yanni Gord and Dave Haxtell a little bit later in the show. But here's Ebbs talking about getting back into the swing of things with this Seattle Kraken team.
Understanding what we were doing to make us win. We were competing, we were playing good on defensively, and we were creating offense out of our good D zone. So, so I like to think that hopefully we started to create a bit of an identity and understand the way we need to play to win hockey games. And you do that on a consistent night, you're going to have a chance every night.
And so, the man Yanni had some choice words to say as well. Here's what he had to say after the first Seattle Kraken practice after the All-Star break.
Just keep building on our games. I think we weren't doing anything special. We were just doing everything the right way, and I think that's the mentality we got to have going forward and for the last stretch of the year. We do enjoy our time off, but it's always good to get back on the ice with the boys and get a good hard practice like today, and it just sets the tone for tomorrow and make sure we're ready to play tomorrow.
So there you have it, folks. It was a practice where you're just trying to get reps in. You're going to hear from Dave Haxtell a little bit later on the show, because not only is he going to re-emphasize essentially what we heard Yanni and Ebbs talk about, but also talk about lineup. Who do we have in? How many people are out of COVID protocol? We're going to talk about that. We're going to break down the numbers. You know I love to do that. And then we'll close out the show getting you ready for Olympic hockey. Now, the men's tournament has started. It's still today, or still today. It's still the 9th here in Beijing. So we had some men's hockey games. I'll recap those for you quickly. We have the quarterfinal matchups for the women's tournament. We're going to go over that, especially what the United States and Canada are looking like. Now, it's usually that time of year where people start giving up on their New Year's resolutions, but I'm hanging tight to mine to replace my snack drawer with Built Bar. Now, I'm out of supply of Built Bar right now because I'm still in Beijing, but I know that when I get home, I will have some delicious tasting protein bars to keep my energy up and to keep my calorie and sugar intake in control. And have you heard of the Puffs? Because I know I've talked about the Puffs before. We've got everything that you love in a Built Bar, covered in chocolate, high in protein, low in sugar, low in carbs, delicious, but add marshmallow to the bunch. What's not to like? Puffs are a fan favorite with some incredible flavors, including the cinnamony churro. Love that one. Coconut marshmallow, that's my sister's favorite, and even a banana cream pie. All Built Bars, as I said, are covered in 100% real chocolate, and that includes the Puffs. And it makes it even more deliciouser, as we like to say. So Built Bar is not just about the health, but they're all about the taste. They make the taste delicious first and then figure out how to make it healthy. And I don't know how, but I think they definitely pull it off. So we want to hook you up. If you go to built.com and use promo code LOCKED15, you will get 15% off your next order at built.com. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built Bar. Happy snacking. All right, folks, let's get you ready for this matchup against the Arizona Coyotes. So now the last time we played this team, it was Arizona that came out with the win. Arizona is at 11-30-4. We're at 15-27-4. So, we got to take some pride in getting on the right side of this series. So in their last 10 games, they're 3-7-10. We're 5-5, so at 500. Let's see how we're looking. The power play, we actually have the advantage in the power play. We're at a 15.9% clip, whereas Arizona is at a 12.6. Penalty kill, also in our favor, 76.1% efficiency, whereas the Coyotes are at a 73% efficiency on the penalty kill. Let's look at the goals. We are able to score 2.61 goals per game, whereas Arizona is at 2.18. We have the advantage there. And then it's the goals against. Now, here's where it gets funky, which is exactly what we saw last time we played Arizona. Both of these teams are giving up nearly 4 goals a game, which means this can get wild and crazy, just like it did last time. So I loved that Eberle called out getting back to good Seattle Kraken hockey, and that being good, solid team defense. Hello! I've been talking about it on the show. You know how I feel about defense. I'm glad that one of our alternate captains is really bringing that home, because that's something that absolutely needs to happen for the Seattle Kraken. All right. I want to take you over to Dave Haxtell, because there are a few things that we need to know about the lineup. So here's who we know we have out. This is coming from the Seattle Kraken PR. We know, obviously, Brandon Tanev out. Now, you're going to hear from Haxtell in a minute. He's going to talk about Jaden Schwartz. He has hit the ice, but not in practice scenarios with the team. He's still out. Jamie Alexiak out, lower body injury. Carson Soucy out, lower body injury. Carson Coleman out, lower body injury. So what you don't see is Will Borgen. Will is officially out of COVID protocol, has hit the ice, will be available for morning skate tomorrow, and we'll see what happens when it comes to game time. I'm sure Dave Haxtell's going to talk about that, and we'll see if Will Borgen, if we get him back in the lineup. But so, what are we doing? We've got 5 guys out. Well, we picked up other than Carson Zarnik. Now, he is a forward coming in at 5'9", 170 pounds. Born in Detroit, Michigan. And is someone that Dave Haxtell said he doesn't know particularly well, but Jay Leach, the assistant coach, would have known him in some of his time in the minor leagues. So we'll see what happens here. The Seattle Kraken don't have him quite yet. He hasn't arrived to the club, so doubtful that he'll be available for Arizona. But here is Dave Haxtell talking about Austin and also talking about Borgen.
Yeah, actually, both guys, they're both Seuss and he skated this morning. So, it's getting closer. Both are in that range, in that day-to-day range without, obviously we'll get things reevaluated again, tomorrow after having skated after the break today, and I can probably give you a little bit more tomorrow, but good progress. Yeah, he was out a few days ago, so, the break obviously in between there. He hasn't been on the ice for a while. I think today probably would have been maybe day 10, so it's been off the ice for a while, but in terms of timing, everybody else is coming off a break as well. So it's not going to make it any easier for him, but, he worked his way through practice today, and he'll be available for morning skate tomorrow. Yeah, no real update yet there. Expect him. He's touched the ice a couple of times, but obviously not able to get out there and go full go yet. So good progress. He'll be reevaluated again this week, and we're hoping to see again just good progress on his injury. As a player, yeah.
What's your understanding?
I don't honestly. I don't know Austin really well. We in college hockey we chased him around for a number of years. He's a very good skill, extremely competitive, good pro, and I know he's been teammates with quite a few guys on our team. There's 3 or 4 guys that know him really well, and I know he's a great teammate as well. So we'll look to hopefully get him into town here in the next day or two.
So we'll see what happens in the game. Again, Gruby had that shutout from last time. I see that Chris Drieger is back in the swing of things. I've been talking about it before Chris Drieger went into COVID protocol, that I'd like to see the team be a little bit more equitable with their goaltenders, just because I think where we are in the season and where we are in the standings, we can definitely afford to look forward to the future. And I think that definitely means getting both goalies comfortable. And I talk about it till the cows come home. Gruby doesn't always play confident and comfortable with this Seattle Kraken team. And I don't think that has anything to do with his skill level. I think it just has to do with he's blending his approach now with an entirely different team. And I do feel that it's taken a while for Gruby and the defense to mesh and to blend. So we'll see who gets the start. I would probably guess it's going to be Grubauer, but I am not at this time. But I'm recording this before we have morning skate, so we'll see what happens when all that news comes out. Coming up next, we're going to talk about how we get to watch our boy, 2nd overall pick in the 2021 draft. We're going to talk about how we can watch Matty Beniers and USA Hockey as they get ready to start the Olympic tournament coming up on Locked On Kraken. ever-increasing number of makes and models, it is basically impossible for your local chain and auto parts store to stock all the parts you need. So why would you endure the often pointless or seemingly intimidating questioning of what's your make, what's your model, is it the LS, the EX, the whatever, LMNOP, who knows, and wait for the person behind the counter to order the parts on their computer when you can just do that in the comfort of your own home? That's right, we're talking about rockauto.com, available on your laptop, on your desktop, or even on your smartphone. You can save time and money by using Rock Auto. Why choose to spend 30%, 50%, even 100% more on the same parts that you can find on rockauto.com? You wouldn't want to do that. They have everything you need: brake parts, tail lamps, motor oil, even brand new carpet for your interior. So, this is what we want you to do. Head over to rockauto.com right now and see all of the specs that they have for your vehicle. And when you type locked on in their How Did You Hear About Us box, that's how they know we sent you. Amazing selection, reliably low prices, all the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com. I joined the ever amazing Ann Kimmel and Rachel Donner for another episode of the Olympic special that we have over on the Locked On NHL channel. It's an Olympic daily. It's Olympic Hockey Daily, hosted by Rachel Donner and Ann Kimmel. And so you can find Olympic Hockey Daily anywhere you get podcasts, and of course on the Locked On NHL YouTube channel. Check it out. Your girl makes another cameo. You don't want to miss it. And speaking of the Olympic tournament, oh baby, we have the United States opening up against China. At this time of the recording, it is tomorrow for me. They're playing tomorrow local time at 9:10 p.m. That's 8:10 a.m. for you in the States. That's Eastern time though. So it's even earlier if you're on the West Coast. And they will be playing at National Indoor Stadium. I've been there for some practices. I was there for the scrimmage, USA versus Canada. And I'll be spending a lot of time there as I watch the men's tournament continue. You can also watch on USA Network back at home if you're in the States in particular. Then it's a game against Canada in the prelims. They get this one. They draw Canada in their second preliminary game, and that's going to be at 12:10 p.m. local time. It will be already Saturday, February 12th for me here in Beijing, but that is an 11:10 p.m. Eastern time start. The evening start on February 11th, also at National Indoor Stadium. You definitely know I'm going to be covering that game, and I will be on Matty Beniers' watch. And let's not forget, though, we also have the women's tournament. We have the women's tournament. I know I talked about it on yesterday's show, but I just want you to know what we're working with. The Canadians will take on Sweden, the United States against Chechnya, and then Finland and Japan. I think that's probably the matchup of the quarterfinals, and ROC versus Switzerland. So make sure, as always, that you're following me personally at elindsay08. That's ELINDSAY08. And of course, make sure that you are plugged in to Locked On Kraken. Tomorrow's show, we're going to recap what happens in Arizona, and we can talk about more Olympic hockey. And so now that you've listened to Locked On Kraken, you've already caught up with Olympic Hockey Daily. Now it's time for you to go ahead and listen to Locked On Bets. That's with your boy Q and handicapping expert Lee Sterling. Just like everything else on the Locked On Network, you can find it wherever you listen to podcasts. But until tomorrow, hold fast, stay true, and tonight, I better hear you cheering. Let's go Kraken! Bye from Beijing.